Testing. Okay. Hello? Moshi Moshi? I'm trying to see if that... Anyways, how about you, Gummy? The stupid subtitles, man. Yes, evidently I've gotten super good at Kalimba and recorded a 3-hour cover of Ghibli's music, and that's what we're listening to. Of course, it's not like someone else's video or something. I just have 4 hands. And anyways, it's kind of interesting, Kalimba. Although it kind of sucks that I cannot do tunings that easily. Like, even if, okay, assuming that I could do tunings by ear, which I cannot, it's still kind of a pain in the ass to tune Kalimbas because you have to use the damn hammer on it. And it's really hard to control how much the time would move with just a hammer. So, yeah, it's not like the easiest thing to just change and then like play different pieces of songs, different pieces. So it's it kind of sucks in that regard. Like, there's some songs I want to play, but the tabs are only in the specific keys. You could tune it to, you could transpose it, I suppose, now that I think about it. But the last time I transposed the song, that was like so long ago. I forgot how it's supposed to be done. I'm sure there's software nowadays to do it though. So what am I complaining about? But anyways, like, it's I kind of just undermine my entire premise here. But anyways, Kalimbas. I am now going to do my sketch. So plan is to do sketches based on photographs. Why did I say it like that? We do photographic sketches. Okay, that sounds different too. What am I talking about? Anyways, and then the studies for shapes as well as colors would just have to be done based off of other people's art, because I cannot read photographs for those. Maybe shapes, but not like the other one for sure. Not like colors for sure. So that's the new quote-unquote new plan. Basically the same thing. Oh, that is something I want to try though. Hang on. Where is it? So I'm looking for the alternative to using this current pen for what's the word? For drawing. For the sketching part, because I wanted to have the softer type of sketch, essentially. And I think I found a good reference for it. And this would be it. I'm gonna yoink it in here, and I'm gonna... Ooh, like. Control G. Nope. Control G. Yes. And then the rest of you guys get in the same folder. Okay. But yeah, like something more like this, I think is nice. Like, I always knew that I need to have like kind of like a rounder brush, as well as the like more translucent is what I'm feeling. So lighter colors, lower contrast basically, to make it softer. But I think it helps a lot to see something with my own 2 eyes first before I experiment. Because again, I'm not... What's the word? Comfortable with exploring. So yeah, anyways, so I want to try this. So I'm gonna try and actually no, that changes the plan for a bit, because I will need to calibrate first, just like how I calibrated the other one the first time, and then afterwards I would take it away, because I need to just have an idea of what the... So this current effect that I'm seeing by this artist, I need to know what lines are thicker, what lines are thinner, what lines are lighter, and what lines are darker. how to move the pen, the line weights and stuff like that. So I need to calibrate first. Let me calibrate it to this sketch today then. No anatomy for me today. Just calibration. Get in here. It's too big, man. That's what... I'm not gonna say it. Yes, sir. Okay, so I made a new file for our new beginning. There's no difference. What am I talking about, dude? Man, I went to bed at 6:30. That's 3 hours ago. And then when I woke up, the sky is dark. And here we are. It's like I traveled through time. I suppose I kind of did, but... Anyways, September the 4th. Yoink. And... okay, I need to make this brush, which I think is just a normal marker. Normal marker. I just need to know what lines are darker and what lines are brighter. Sorry, lighter? Brighter. How does the overlapping look? Kind of hard to tell just looking like this. It is still a little bit above my pay grade here. But definitely no watercolor edge, because that would be setting up too much contrast. The textures might be interesting if we change it, but we could also just keep it. Yes. Thank you, Igami. Feel free to come and go as you like, for sure. Thanks for letting me know every time, man. All the best. All the best. I will see you soon. Okay, I'm gonna make a dupe. Yeah, see you soon, man. Okay. Okay, let me make a new slot for my custom brushes here. Maybe I'll do some organizing. Not really, but at the very least I think it's worthwhile to keep this so let's call this stream. Oh, maybe not stream, maybe just sketch. Brushes. This would be the... Sorry, what? Duplicate? No. I want to rename this. Let's have 2 settings. Okay, yes. What should I call this? Cool. Right now, this is gonna make sense to me in like a couple months. I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like, why is this called cool? Oh, I can change the label too. Wait. Can I? You cannot do custom labels? No, you can. User settings. Oh, okay. Maybe down the line we can make some custom brushes and make it a release as a pack or something. Okay. Wait, sorry, what am I doing? Right, soft. Okay. Soft 2 with same name exists? Excuse me? What? Okay, soft 2. Sorry, not duplicate again. Come on. Naming conventions. Cooler and softer. It's not even like antonyms, but okay. And then I'm gonna start off by turning off this. Need to go back and having a normal brush. So just a circle here. I don't want to squish it anymore. Let's keep it at 100. And my screen is flashing. See how this feels first. Oh yeah, the noise might not be best here. That being said, we don't have to keep to what we see here. So I might just try it with this first and see how the outcome looks like. How the outcome looks like? What the outcome looks like. And then not as much dynamic movement on the brush here, on the brush size here. So mostly keeping it pretty tame. I'm not gonna have a lot of huge size changes. In fact, I might be inclined to keep it limited to not actually taper off so much. So I'm trying to get a feel for what the tapering is like for the brush here. Trying to see if there's any strokes where it's natural for humans to just do a singular swift motions and then pick up the pen, right? I'm looking at basically all the long lines of the hair, and it doesn't look like it's... You know, the tips are pretty defined. Like, I can see the width going down, but then the line weight remains... Not line weight, but the opacity remains rather constant. It seems to suggest that the opacity settings is not allowing it to go to 0. Like what I have here. I'm not seeing very sharp tips either. So I'm trying to detective my way through this. So a little bit more like this, it would feel like. We don't have to follow exactly the same once again, but I think it's a good starting point. Is it too dark too? Oh, interesting. Is that like... No, but like some of the tips are a bit too light here. Hello, Toe Square. Welcome, welcome. Trying to make my new brush here, based on what we see here. Oh, the overlapping is interesting. Should I drop this to 80 and then down to black? This way the overlapping is a bit more intense. Is that what I want though? Okay, let's just start sketching here. I want to see how this feels. Oh yes, I definitely need to source. I need to state my sources clearly today. Because I'm going to be focused on replicating here. So here is the... Oh, here's the other one actually. That's not the one we were looking at, but it's the same artist here. And I gotta set up my OBS here real quick. Oh, obs. Discord, where is my source? Ah, here. And show it. Alright, okay, here we go. Kalimba has a very nice tone, but it's just it is very simple, I think. If it would be nice if there's more harmonies, I think. But then it's kind of not like a... Kind of misses the point, I suppose. I think Kalimba is meant to be simple and peaceful and not too heavy. I really don't really like what I have here because the brushes are... yes, how would I even do this? Usually it's dark enough to already satisfy the urge to keep things like visible, because when the opacity is down, it doesn't feel very visible. Not to mention this texture is taking away quite a bit. Maybe the texture's density is a bit too much. Now there's no more. Where'd it go? Yeah. 60. Invert doesn't make any difference because it's just a noise texture here. No tip shapes. I'm just gonna sketch the hair then. I'm gonna ignore everything else. Ah, here you go. Sorry, but instead most of childhood trauma symptoms are very similar. I'm sorry, is it because of the kalimba? What? How do we get here? The Minecraft achievement? Feel free to trauma dump here if you want though. Trauma? What? Ah, I see. Let's see, this shape is still not the best. Not what I like. I don't know if I this is usually where people do a disclaimer, you know, hey, I'm not a professional psychiatrist, psychiatrist. God damn it, man. These are not words I usually use. So I used to spend a lot of time like with my friends just talking about like my thoughts. Just trying to get to the bottom of why I think the way I do, why I act the way I do. And at least for myself, I have a pretty good grasp of like why are things happening. It's what like I like to think, but then as I doing art on stream, I'm starting to realize that hey, you know, there's so many things I haven't figured out yet. Yeah, I don't really like it. So, okay, what is my issue here? I think I'm trying to go dark too quickly. I'm not used to this sort of vibe. I need to give myself a little bit more time here. I need to be a little bit more patient. So, like, if I were to do this, you know, that doesn't feel right. I don't draw stuff that big. I'm doing what you're not supposed to do, where you're drawing with your wrist instead of your arm. But yeah, anyways, feel free to trauma dump. You probably won't get any too useful of an advice, but sometimes, like, I don't know, talking it out definitely is feels very different. Like the biggest reason why I learn so much on stream is because I have to try to talk my way out, like not out of the situation, but like just explain like why is it that I'm doing this, and then that's why I kind of realized that hey, you know, this doesn't really make sense, or like oh yeah, like oh I see that's why, you know, like because it keeps me focused being on stream. And then as I work through the line of thought, I realized that oh yeah, like I'm missing certain parts of this situation entirely. And that's how I discover new things and then promptly forget about it after stream. My fingers feel very ah yes, yeah, the link is up there. Let me pin it for now. This is definitely like a very polished and refined style that they have. Like this is not natural for me to get to. I don't know if I'm evaluating too early, but based on what I'm seeing now, it's definitely not hitting the mark. But then again, like compared to the other style, the other pen, I'm not changing the sizes as much. And it's really hard to tell like how much they're changing. Like the pen weight and the pen size and all the other settings. They might have multiple similar looking pens for different purposes. So yeah, it's definitely something they have spend time working out. Like this is, it feels very, very complete. That's why I really like it. That makes it a little bit harder to just pick up and go right off the bat. The other one was a lot sketchier in the sense. It's a lot simpler. Yeah, they definitely have like a darker, more, what's the word? With a finer tip, with like a finer brush size in order to get these eye details in here. Like this wouldn't really work that well. It's kind of fuzzy. Anyways, things will slowly develop over this month, I imagine. It's so different. My mindset has been so different since I started streaming. I would have wanted to see more progress for sure. Like I would have been a lot less patient before I started the stream. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? In like a month, maybe we'll get something good, and that would be really nice. Yeah, we need one more. What if I merge the two actually? Kind of cursed, maybe? But it would be exactly what I need. Because it would be the exact opposite of what this brush is. It would be sharper, higher contrast, so I can then use this with like lighter stuff to do a little bit of quote unquote shading almost. Maybe. Who knows? I can easily take values down. Tail functionality. I think it's just one or two tools they're using. Tail affects the thickness of the lines. Ooh. Okay. That is interesting. Because my tablet's too old for tilt, I think. So I actually don't have any idea what tilt feels like. I have zero idea of what tilt is like. So that is interesting. That'll be interesting to try out actually. Maybe I should but I remember when I was in Japan, like in Akiba, there's like a shit, what is it that store called? It's like a red logo with like the word big in it, I think. But they're like a huge department store. Mainly focused on electronics, I think. And they have tablets on display and I can go and try it out. But it's not as big of a thing here, right? So I think yeah, I think I'd be hard pressed to find something similar. In the true north, strong and free. Maybe I can find it somewhere. Oh no, but like me and my friend went looking for tablets the other day. But he was looking for like you know, those kind of tablets, like iPad kind of tablets. He was trying to draw as well, but I don't know. Maybe because we were looking for tablets like that, we might have missed these drawing tablets. But I don't think I remember seeing any on display, unfortunately. No. What, a donation? You mean what, like a tablet, right? It's all good. It's all good. Even if I got a new tablet now, I kind of I definitely have issues letting go. I don't want to let go of this tablet, man. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, part of the you know, the creative process is limiting yourself. And although in most cases I would not like that, but in this case, I think this tablet has been with me for so long. Even if it means affecting the amount of range that I can do, I'm okay with it. I accept my handicap. If you can even call it a handicap, it's still a pretty decent tablet. You know, excusing the fact that it falls down every other stream and then, you know, it DDoSes me about like 50 times every single stream. Excuse those things, it's pretty good, you know. Yeah, George, unfortunately, I don't know if I'll ever be able to let go of this. I'll find something else for you guys, eventually. That's not good, man. Eventually. Oh no. Streamer is never gonna keep his word, nah. Oh my god, stop switching. Okay, I'm so used to switching individual tools instead of the But yeah, I think I'll find some other way to show my appreciation for your support. Something else that would be cooler. like, cause I don't want to just give out random keychains and like do stuff like that. I would like for the item to be a little bit more interesting, you know. Imagine if like there's a whole world building and story building, and you have something that's part of that world. I think that's a lot cooler than just having like a random keychain. A karaoke session. Heavily used and rely on tail function on to shape my drawings. Very similar to said effect. I can, okay, wait, hang on. Now that you mention shading, I can sort of imagine what it might be like. Oh, would it have that big of an effect? That's interesting, for sure. Yeah, so with regards to, let me go back real quick because George was talking about like a GoFundMe. I think that would not happen for a while because I don't like taking stuff from people unless I know exactly what I'm providing them, and I want to make them know exactly what they're getting out of it. So I think if I ever get to that stage of doing GoFundMes, I will have to be a lot more stable with my sort of workflow first, because otherwise I cannot guarantee quality, and I hate not guaranteeing quality. And then with regards to that, like as well as items and stuff like that, merch and stuff like that, merch is okay. It's still really hard for me to imagine me selling merch, you know, because I don't have any style, I don't have any story building, I don't have any world building. None of that has been started on, or even conceptualized almost. Maybe conceptualized, but yeah. But what I can imagine is that the first item would be something like you know, the first everything I release, right? I'll try to make it special, I suppose. And as much as I would like to not have to collect money, I probably still have to collect money for it. I would like to be able to just, you know, release something that people don't have to pay money for. They would just sign up and they can get like an item or something. But the shipping, the logistics, especially knowing myself, if I'm gonna create something, it's gonna be something metallic. Yeah, oh yeah, like Ria. I want to make something metallic because I like metals. It lasts. You know, it's more durable, and it just feels good to own like a piece of metal, you know. It feels like, oh man, this feels good in my hands kind of situation. Feels good in my hands, in my pants. Hello, what? So yeah, like anyways, I want it to be something nice. Yeah, it would be exclusive. It would be first edition, and then I would try to make sure that it's possible to so here's the idea, right? I want it to be something that you can carry every day. It has to be somewhat metallic, if not entirely metal. And it would be best if I could even, so everyone who's participating, who's getting one, can actually include something personal, like maybe like a, I don't know, at least like a name that they would like to have on it would be nice. Not just have like every single piece being unique. Now, I don't think I'm good enough to design something that, anyways, like things that are too multifunctional might not be great. I think it wouldn't be functional. It would just be, you know, viable to carry every day. Something like a keychain. I think most likely a keychain would be easiest. Right? And it can jingle with your keys. But yeah, I want it to be unique. Every single piece I would like it to be unique. At least a serial number, if not like a different name on each one, if you know, yeah, I don't know, if you want to put a name on it. Maybe people don't want that as well, so I have to think about the different sort of possibilities. What people might or might not like. Oh, that would be really cool. Like if there's like some kind of accessory that people like tend to have on like the pencils or something. I don't know if there's such a thing. I'm just guessing here, but like that would be kind of cool, right? Because it's very on theme. You know, it's actually functional. Would you say accessories are functional? But and then yeah, imagine each one being unique. It will be the only one in the world that has at least like that serial number, or like maybe like a slightly different design. I might not be able to like offer full customizability, but at the very least, maybe like a couple different designs that people can mix and match. That will also be kind of cool. I'm feature creeping. Again, this is what I do. The more I talk about this, the more I'm like, hey, are you sure? Are you sure this is feasible? But anyways, it's nice to be able to dream at least, right? And also we are like so far out. We're so far out at the moment. I need to stabilize the style and then give a little bit of a home to my own character. And then from there, come out with the first edition goods. Source like a sample, get an idea of what it might feel like to hold, to use, etc, etc. Consider the logistics, consider the costs, consider the shipping, and what would happen if certain things get lost during shipping. It's okay, it's okay. Things like this, I think ChatGPT will be pretty good at. At least creating a comprehensive list and helping me go through every single possible problem that may or may not happen. And it doesn't feel good to draw at the moment, because the other way of the other pen is focused a lot on flow and just going with the flow, whatever my hands decide to do. Because half the time I'm not really in control of those lines, I'm just letting lines flow. But over here it's very stuck. Double charge, I don't feel good about, yeah, that's why I feel like, you know, as long as I have a job, and I'm able to support myself via other means, I would like to subsidize the cost as much as possible. Because the first item, you know, like it should be a little bit more, I just, it doesn't feel good, you know, like if you're making people pay for things twice because of like things getting lost and stuff like that. So anyways, talk is cheap, so I just want to say that I do have intentions, but until I actually get it done, I'm just another guy talking about shit. Oh, there's some interesting waiting here. But my brush is what? My brush is okay, so my problem with this is that I don't know. Okay, so there are a lot of lines that are really faint, right? There's a lot of really sort of lighter gray color compared to mine. And it could be that they're sketching in the lighter sort of gray color first before they go on to do the darker lines, but it's the opposite of what I'm used to, and it makes it really hard for me to calibrate what I'm seeing, for me to understand what I'm seeing and evaluate whether if I like it or not. So I'm wondering if there's other ways to play with this curve here, or if there's nothing here. What does it feel like? It's not that different though. Yeah, I have to mention the line weight and stuff like that. It's definitely very counterintuitive. Yeah, I'm feeling like the brush is not getting thin enough. But then there's also areas where the line weight is just almost constant. Running the line multiple times also doesn't make sense flow-wise. I'm trying to mimic the style with a brush that with just a single brush at the moment, which might be unrealistic, potentially. Because of my other settings here. Maybe the anti-aliasing is not helping with the fuzzy feeling. Oops. Nope, no karaoke. No karaoke. Gotta learn my kalimba songs, man. My repertoire. Repertoire. I never had a repertoire when I was did I have one? No, I didn't really have one when I was learning guitar. I have like a pretty expensive custom handmade guitar. It's not custom, but it's just handmade from Spain. Because when I was doing my final exam, my teacher was like, "Oh, you should get a good one from Spain." I'm like, oh, "Okay, sure, whatever." And then like went out to one of those specialty stores, picked one out. And then when I was playing it, I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, the only thing that I can hear that is different from this like expensive guitar and like cheap, like, I don't know, $100 one, was just the lower E string, the low E string. It just reverberated a little bit better, but that's it. I don't know for what other reason would I have had to get like a new guitar. Anyways, and it's classical guitar as well, so I don't know how to strum properly. Come on. Anyways, I'm kind of going off script here. I don't have like a good... I didn't set up the guides and stuff, so I'm just probably getting off proportion now. Yeah, like it's the brighter parts and now the other parts are kind of sus. Everything's kind of getting... Clear duct tape. Anyways, it's a mess. So the shading that will be done afterwards. Some shading is done probably during the line. Some shading done afterwards. Like these will be done afterwards. Maybe my line is still too clean. There's no texture on the tip itself. So I think, yeah, definitely need to bring in like a pencil sort of texture too. So let me try that as well afterwards real quick. I need to bring more stuff in here. So my texture is not as noticeable when it's shading, when it's brighter. Might not be a problem though. Alright, I need some more textures. Where can I borrow one from? Let's just borrow from the pencils. Shit, there was a pencil. Oh, it's called design pencil. Yeah, this guy here has like a... That's like an interesting tip going on. What is it called? This drawing pencil 1, 2, and 3? Okay. Material. Drawing pencil 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I have to select one by one? Oh my god. I think it's smart enough to just rotate it, right? I don't have to do any other settings here. Oh yeah, there is tilt setting on this pencil. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my tablet doesn't support it. Brush density by gap. Gets lower, it gets narrower, and is automatically adjusted so overall opacity is maintained. Oh, that's interesting. So it maintains the opacity of the brush even if you're drawing slower? Wait. Oh. I don't know if I even like it actually, but Yeah, I think tilt doesn't work for me. Does it work? Is it working? Sure, is this working or no? No, it's not working. Never mind. Oh wait, it is working. Hang on. Like this is a lot thinner than this. This is a lot fatter. Interesting. So I do have tilt, I suppose. I guess it wasn't very prevalent in the other direction because of this, but what difference does this what difference does this make? But anyways, yeah, I like how refined they have everything. It looks so nice and clean. It looks very it's maybe not as quiet as I was thinking of, but it's definitely very rounded. Right, compared to the other one, they don't have as many jagged edges. It's rounded, it's softer. I definitely do like the lines on the hair. Wait, actually, let me think about this. Because the other style, the lines are very messy. Right, hang on. But what? Oh, it's here. Yoink, yoink. Oh yeah, I accidentally deleted all the sketches from yesterday because I didn't save my file properly. But it's a different sequence though. Like this one here is, yeah, it's not that different. It's just a different sort of usage though. Because this would be the same thing essentially over here as well. Like unless I'm willing to change the style entirely to fit this, which I don't think I should anyways. I mean, I might tend towards this now, actually, now that I'm looking at this. I like the balance of the lines more. Because mine is just kind of everywhere, whereas this has a little bit more structure, I feel like. We're keeping the details to just like along the edges. More line weights varying. Varying line weights here is also nice. Right. Okay, okay. I think that's interesting. So I think what we have existingly is just higher contrast, right? It's just more black and white. So maybe not, yeah, having it as is right now, it might be kind of interesting to set up the contrast with this. So I might develop something different, closer to the reference here for the softer ones. Then there'll be two slightly more distinct types. What does this mean though? Okay, let me think about this. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm just gonna do some more sketches here. Oh, messed up my layers, but that's fine. Softer sequence, thicker lines. It'll be hard to go away from the existing calibration though. Maybe I should just stick to what we have. I'm gonna draw a little bit more freely and see what, like, so my natural sort of tendencies along with how this brush is set up. I'll see what I end up with first. And then I can either change my natural tendencies, which is a lot harder, or I change the brush to fit it. and get myself closer towards the target. Yeah, I definitely like my textures, man. Yeah, okay, my pen is definitely broken, man. I thought it might have been just the services, the Wacom services, or like some of the software related stuff not loading properly or something, glitching out over time. Because my computer was on for 6 days during that period of time. Things might have broke because it's Windows. But no, it's the pen that's broken. So I have no one else to blame but myself, because I keep using my pen to drum on my chest sometimes when I listen to music. And I think something got loose inside of the pen. It might be fixable though, if I can figure out how to open it without destroying the pen. Alright, I'm done with Columbus. Let me go find something else. Where's my Maple Story Jazz? Maple Story Jazz. Spacing. The next step in half? Nail between... Oh, I see, clear tape. My god, what? That's great, I suppose. Clear duct tape. Clear tape. It makes the music more personal. Eyes are not really balanced, but eh. Yeah, most of my instruments so far that I've played in my life has been pretty cheap, I think. Other than that one really expensive guitar. Everything else is like 50 bucks. Like a $50 acoustic guitar, $50 violin. $50 violin. I always thought violins are pretty expensive because they felt very very exclusive, you know? Like upper society music nonsense. 50 bucks. Are you sure? And I also got one of those like handheld tiny piano thingies that you blow into it. I forgot what's it called. The one that appear in the anime too. Your Lion April. And oh man, I don't want to ever play anything where you have to blow into it because my god, the cleanup is not fun. Melodica. Harmonica is like the tinier thing without keys. Like I had keys. It's like this. And then it's got a tube. And then the inner workings, I think it's the exact same as a harmonica though, because it's the same sort of metal sheet that's vibrating nonsense. But my god, it gets so wet inside. You know what I mean? Like my god. Yeah, no instruments that require any form of blowing. Thank you. What were the guidelines you drew earlier for? Yes, I do not follow the guidelines. The guidelines are mostly there for me to break up the white canvas because I'm afraid of white canvas. At this point, it's just I am doing it as like a way to hype myself up. You can think of it. I don't actually follow the guides that closely, especially not the circle. I use the line that one cross to align the top of the eyes. Not even the bottom, I just align the top. The bottom, I do it by eye. Like, I'm just looking at it and trying to align it. And then I'm just gonna ignore the top of every other part of the lines. I just erase them. And I redraw it. Sorry, I'm getting it's been a while since I did like a close study, and now I'm kind of getting a little bit too sucked in by the reference. I don't have to draw that similar, do I? If it's a calibration, I might have to. Yes. 뭔가 違うね. 何が違うんだろう. 違っても別にいいか. Face, her cheek is kind of swollen. Man, front views are so hard. I still don't know how to draw front views properly. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it as is. So it hits this line here. Get rid of this real quick. Man, so much to do and not enough time to do it. I really should start streaming on the weekends too. I don't think I'm putting enough hours in here. To hit my target, it is. 3 hours a day is not trivial, but at the same time, I think with my goals, it's gonna be not enough. It's kind of cursed. I think, yeah, because some of the lines here are messed up. The eyes are not fully aligned. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message yet, Tosco. I wonder if people think about like, you know, like, hey, you know, it looks kind of weird. I wonder if it's because of this and that. Like, do people do it actively, like all the time? Because I tend not to. I don't really think when I'm doing sketches. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. Let me try that. I don't have like a very conscious train of thought. Okay. Yes, things are a bit too. Honestly, at my core, I still tend to avoid problems instead of dealing with them. Definitely find myself just avoiding problems. I didn't sequence it properly in my head. Stupid. Stupid, I'm stupid. No proper sequencing, no proper art. I see. With a wrap, huh? Huh. That is true. That should be the case, right? Is there something actually to compare it to? I'm scared of what I'm drawing, man. Like, what? This is weird. Yeah, I cannot have like rough lines like this if I. But theirs is it's just a refined final version. So how should I put this, right? Like, so the rough stage of trying to do it with this pen versus the rough stage of trying to do it with the other pen. So this would be the cleaned up version of the other pen, and then this here would be like a rough stage of the other pen, something like this. But because I'm inherently using the pen for more than just lines, things hold up a little bit better, even if the shapes are very ugly. Overall, it still kind of reads. I think in this case here, my rough is still just lines. And so it just looks kind of bad, I think. It definitely doesn't have that softness to it if it's a lot of sketchy overlap line like this. It feels like. At least I don't like it that much. Or at all, but sorry, I need to be a little bit more loosey-goosey with the lines here. Let me see, I'm just play around with this for a little bit longer. Smaller lines for the mouth, I always find looks better. Man, I kind of hate the mouth. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it. Not my kind of mouth. It feels a little bit weird to draw. Eyes are not aligned, but I don't care. I do care. Okay, I don't care. Eyes are not aligned. God. Right, but I wouldn't be front facing anyway. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it here. I need to relax with the lines. I can't be doing the usual thing. Be rounder somehow? Rounder edges? Come on, man. Okay. Oh wait, no, I can do it the opposite way. Just extend this part. Okay, this eye is looking at us now. What about the other one? This part is too long. Need a larger brush too. A little bit better at least. Okay. Good enough for this process here. I'm gonna have to train myself to draw in like a lower color opacity or like a brighter gray. Brighter shade of gray, so that I have the opportunity to come back in and emphasize certain edges, but then keep everything else a lot softer, just by virtue of the lower contrast. If I can achieve that, that would be nice. Yeah, to recalibrate my brain, rewire it so I don't get the warnings. Alright, a counter goes up. Duvet is gonna be upset. Yes, I did drop it. What do you guys hear when I drop it, man? Like, I don't know how loud it is on your side. Because I think a good part of it might be noise cancelled out. And then you guys would just hear me be like, oh shit. I just go, oh shit. Max volume. I don't know, it's like some anime training montage nonsense, you know? Like a random thing just explodes if you don't do things right. Trains you to be better. Except I'm not really getting better, am I? If anything, the frequency has been kind of going up recently of the tablet dropping. More open. I think when it's detecting my voice, it will record what's being played in the mic, right? So like if it's noise cancelling mode, it's going to just cancel when, like, not play anything when there's only noise detected. But when voice is detected, I think it would just play whatever audio that's being recorded going through the mic, which would include whatever else that is happening in the background, foreground around me, including my my tablet's reverberations on the table. Does that ever make sense? But anyways. Right, so I need to draw it in like a more fainter fashion and then go in and then push out the edges. So if I can go in now and maybe even with the other brush, push some of the edges out, maybe? It'd be kind of interesting. It'd be like a merge of two things. But this brush might be a little bit too crispy. Just like a little bit more like this. Kind of like what they have as well. The curve here. It's kind of weird on both sides. One of these is not in the right spot, but oh, hello Bungus. It's been a while. I remember that name, Bungus. This would be a nice contrast to this. something softer and but it's not quite the same. Oh, it's just a different product. Oh, as long as the end product is different enough, it'll be fine. Never did got to that stage did I? Let me see. So this is the stylization chart here. I'm gonna move this artist over as reference. And right, so over here the softer themes and stuff. We have our artist here as reference. How do I make this bigger? Okay, I need to ungroup this. Okay. Control Shift. Oh yeah, Control Shift G. Control G. Okay, there we go. And now over here is the harder stuff. So higher polish versus lower polish. So this would be high polish up top. And then the lower polish stuff would be at the bottom. Where would this stand? So this would be lower polish, I suppose. It still looks pretty clean though to me, compared to the usual stuff I do. It's on the rougher side, so. Ideally, at some point, this entire chart would just be my own stuff, and then that would be good. Color. So this is noise texture, and this is gamut. Gamut is doing. I'm doing junk. Okay. Anyways, it's been an hour since we started, so I'm gonna have to move on to. So this will be it for sketching for today. I think I'll try to build off of this tomorrow. I'll just do some photo sketches. See if I can apply it. Oh, these my lines are a lot. Wait, is it because of the screenshot? No, it's not. So the texture isn't as prevalent. Or maybe it's because I don't have the shading, but the texture is definitely not as noticeable. Could be nice to not have as noticeable of a texture. It's not hard to make it like more obvious, but anyways, yeah. And my lines are thicker too. But the thicker lines make it feel more rounder, make it feel maybe a little bit softer, not sure. But longer lines are slender and more elegant though. Slender lines are more elegant looking. Anyways, so the next step would be some kind of shape sort of study. Previously we were still doing clouds. I never quite concluded clouds. But let me just save this style guide here, close it. See if I have anything I want to do here. So for shapes, I'm mostly looking for a rendering that I like, because I want to figure out how they render different forms. These are all sketching artists that I like them for the sketches. Rella is mostly just color gamut, so this is more color study than anything else. Over here is environments. The bottoms are the stuff that we've done. Over here was all the value studies that I wanted to do, which technically sounds like rendering and related, but these are more like bigger illustrations, so they focus more towards composition, I think, and maybe different, more complex setups, like more complex buildings and stuff like that, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't think this very thoroughly. Anything I would like to do? Definitely struggling with hair. So maybe I can do some hair ones today. Anything is fine, honestly. The file is still an open line though. we have an open line on the clouds. Maybe I just do clouds then. I just keep going for clouds. Part of the issue why I'm not learning is also, number one, I'm not that focused. I don't think about what I'm doing too much. And the other thing is I don't actually use it after we do a study. It would be ideal if everything comes together, like this line that we got today, with like some shape study of the hair, with like some color study of like a illustration, and then at the end, we put everything together into one quick illustration, and then that will probably help cement things in. But I refuse to put more effort into my work, so I'm just gonna do whatever. Come on. It's okay. When the end of the year draws close, I'll probably go into a frenzy again. We just leave it to the future me then, and then he will have the. Well, I don't think he'll have the capacity to do it, but he'll just have to deal with it. In the meantime, let's see. I want to make a separate sort of area here for rendering brushes. You guys can't quite see this because it's hidden behind the reference, what I'm doing here. I need a set of brushes for rendering here. What was I using before? Oh, this one. These ones here? A solid big block of color. No, I was using... Hang on a second, what was I using before? What did it show? Oh, right. Okay, looking at this, I remember. So I haven't found a brush that I really like. I was messing around with like a texture brush, but it was a little bit too stretched. So it was very hard to get shapes that I wanted, especially rounder shapes like this. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. So we're not quite there at preparing the brushes yet. So I'm just gonna take this. I am going to... how do I want to do this? So let me just... I'm gonna use this to size up my canvas here. Yoink. Put a copy in here. Turn it black and white, which is I forgot what the hotkey is. Settings? Not hierarchy. Keyboard shortcuts. Oh no? Oh no? Oh no, Chrome? Right? I always forget. Oh, grayscale canvas. Control Alt G. Control Alt G. Oh, that's the entire canvas. Wow, that's good enough. Oh, you know what? I want to try this because I want to focus just on shapes. I'm not going to bother too much with the values. So rather than having to guess what the values are, I want to have the reference on the same screen here. No, you gotta merge the branch back into your current branch. Come on. Hello, Redex. It's been a long time. How do I do this though? I don't have space on my canvas. Unless it's... Okay, let's just make it long then. So let's just take like half of this. And just take the middle. Oh, you mean like what, your work has a break? Wait, what's the word? You got like a break? What are we talking about? Let's see. I need to desaturate this, so okay. There we go. This way I can spend a little bit less time worrying about the values and just focus more on the shapes, I think. This one is here. This is a junk layer, but I'm going to borrow the blocker from here. This will serve to block out the canvas, the white parts, so it doesn't interfere with the evaluation here. And I'm gonna start. Anyways, congrats, Redex, I guess. I hope you get some time to relax. What is the difference between this brush and that brush? Why am I not painting anything? Am I crazy? Am I selected? Okay. Oh. No, I can't. What? This brush doesn't work? Is it what, broken? I'm so confused. Oh, I see something. Okay, it's probably, yeah, this nonsense. 0 amount of paint, yeah, of course. Density goes down. This architect is too incompetent, so we had to build it from 0 again. Ah. Should do for now, I guess. I'll come back to this side of the world, Alex. Oh yeah, this brush is gonna lag. Maybe not the best for this stage of the process, but it's also not blending very well. I have to learn how to use this, man. Like the color mixing thing in Clip Studio, I still don't know how it works. How does this work? It's not really mixing for me. Maybe color stretch is the problem? Yes, I have been playing the horse people game. But I've come to realize that all the horses I want to play, I like, are not yet released, I think, on the global side. So I've kind of started a little bit earlier, because a bit earlier than I would like, because ideally I want to start after those have after they have come out, so that I can make use of the initial, what do you call it? You know, the bonus that they give you, right? Like this, like packs that I could have bought, and the tickets that I could have used to exchange for the horse people. So yes, why do you bring it up? Do you play the horse people game too? Also, where are the horse dudes in that universe? Was it ever canonically explained? Okay, I know none of those characters. Oh my god. They have a lot more than I thought they did. Out of storage? On your phone, on your device. Well, what else do you have on them? What else do you have on your device? Oh. More important than the horse people? Okay. The horse girls? Oh, just... Yeah, oh, is it only 10 GB? Yeah, like my phone has quite a bit of storage, but like the 70 gigabytes of just music that I don't ever listen to. I thought I was gonna listen to it when I was on my flight to Japan, but you know, I'm not very good with transportation. I get sick pretty easily. And having something blasting in your ear really doesn't help the you know, doesn't make it any easier. So and I'm not using it. Two normal, yeah, I remember hearing about that too. Two normal people can give birth to Uma, which how does that work, huh? So are they only like females? Are there only females in the universe that are horse? Like if you're a horse, you must be female. Because it's not a single guy. Not a single horse dude. Actually, it's a detriment to society, really, if you think about it. Because horses have really big... So, my condolences. They age like elves. Yeah, they just kind of stay in the school, huh? Like in the academy. They're just kind of in the academy forever. Hello, Redex? The wood, as in like you would? Based, man. Respect. Yes, work like normal plebs. Look at us normal people. Don't even want to run on a racetrack. Unbelievable. There's like a VR chat world where you can race with your avatar. And they have all the skills and all the setup too. You can upgrade your skills, you can upgrade your stats. I've never tried it, I've just been there to get the avatars, but pretty cool. Yeah, I imagine sitting in front of a computer, programming, typing on the keys for a living. Oh my god. When you can be out there running. Oh man, so many things I want to do. We need like a VR chat homeworld, man, for this channel where people can go in and I don't know what you guys will go in and do. Actually, what would it be good for? Honestly, I know a lot of people stay in VR chat to work. They will have like they just chat with friends. Like it's just a Discord server. I mean, that's kind of what I do as well. I'm not criticizing them for it. Just you know, there's this option, I suppose. Yeah, do art, but like I don't know. It depends on people's systems as well. Like, can you handle like VR chat at the same time with art software? What would be like a good thing to make, you know, that people can enjoy? Art class. Yes, the kinky side of the VR. I think you might be a little bit disappointed though, Redex. I'm not sure. You have to be the judge for yourself, but I don't think it's that exciting. I'm president. Yeah, I mean teaching art, like, yeah, teaching anything in general. You know the analogy where like a teacher is like a candle, burning themselves to light up the way for the students. I think like you know, art is also definitely pretty heavy on the teaching side. A lot of effort needs to go in. I'm very grateful for like Duvet hosting his workshops before, because that's something I can never. I wouldn't say I can never do. I suppose that's part of the plan eventually. You know, instead of just doing streams where I try to improve myself, I could do streams where it's viewer suggested artists, and then we can try and work out different techniques and different details of their styles together on stream, and then I can turn it into a video. Yeah. Poster result on it looks wonky. Oh shit, I haven't started Discord. Hang on, let me take a look. Actually, janitors are really insane. Like, if you think about like, because I was doing some world building like a couple years ago. I was thinking of creating like, imagine like the Arknights organization, right? You have different people of different clearance levels, you know, and some people can access restricted areas and stuff like that, right? It's pretty normal in an organization. But if you think about it, every area needs a janitor. Are you gonna have different clearance for different janitors, or like would you just get like, you know, the same clearance for all the janitors? Because it almost feels like it's you know, the janitors are in like a perfect position to sort of, I don't know, like, because I was thinking like if you have like an organization and then you have like secret policing inside this organization, wouldn't the janitors be like the perfect group of people? Because they have to get everywhere. Oh, that's pretty good. I think you captured the vibe a lot better than I did. Toad Square. And without changing brush size? Oh, I see, you're just relying on line weight. Sorry, pen pressure. Oh, interesting. Without changing line weight, huh? Man, that's a lot of control, man. Damn, this is a lot of control. Because I'm thinking of the way that I would draw things is I would like to be able to draw as freely as possible. But then if I'm relying on the pen pressure to so because there's two parts to it, right? Like there's the pen pressure where if you do a singular stroke, there's a pen pressure. And then there's the other part where, sorry, this is a bit better, I think. In a single stroke pen pressure, but then it's a very natural sort of change as you're lifting and like painting. Whereas if you're trying to get like a line that is of consistent width, that is a lot of control. Because if you're not changing the brush size here, then whenever you need small brush strokes, you really just have to get it in there yourself. So my stupid thing is kind of broken. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Oh, that's the power of pen tilt. Oh. Pen tilt though? So when you want to draw bigger strokes, you can tilt your brush. And then when you want to draw, otherwise it would be like this. Oh, but then in that case, it would be like, you know, then certain line weights, you kind of have to lift your hand off the tablet almost. You have to draw like at a right angle, which might be a little bit... Yeah, I'm not sure. It's definitely interesting though. Sorry, what brush was I using? This one? Oh, okay. Oh, that's definitely interesting. I would not think to do that. It feels a little bit unnatural, but then again, you know, things are unnatural just because I haven't really done it. So it's definitely a biased take. That being said though, I probably only try stuff like that if what I have currently doesn't work out for some reason or another. And then I need to permute and try different other techniques, then I can try that. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. I guess that makes sense. It would be... Huh. Somehow. So the goal, I think, is I'm just getting the values in here roughly, and then I'm going to try and take over and get some shapes in, I think. Mm-hmm. I see, I see. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see this like for some of the sketchy, the the parts where you want to put in the values, right? Like the cheeks, the neck, that kind of area. Yeah, I'm I'm trying to imagine myself doing it, and I mean, without having tried it, it would be a very unbiased take on it. It doesn't feel very natural right now at the moment, but what I'm trying to think of is how can I use this tilt for some other aspects of the brush, for something else. Wouldn't it be cool if there's a way to control more than just like maybe like stuff like texture or even like the watercolor edge, right? Because like this brush here has this watercolor edge setting, which is what I'm sort of leveraging to do all the other sketches. But then sometimes I only wanted to use it for like hashing, like adding in the values, the shading, and I don't really need the edge here. So it would be kind of cool if that can be toggled on and off with certain angles, so I don't have to keep going to the settings every time. Maybe other things like that would be kind of cool. But it doesn't look like that's an option, at least for what I'm talking about. Because these are not configurable. And even if they do make it configurable in the future, I don't have the latest version of Clip Studio, so... Come on, I'm gonna also probably gonna have to forget about stuff like this pretty quickly. Okay, now that I have most of the values in, I need to try and make some shapes out. So, I'm gonna go over the original and get some idea of what might be the sort of underlying form that is in there. And then, probably wouldn't clip that close. Okay, I'll just see first. Enough talking. Just gonna have to use this pencil here. So this looks like it's kind of a round shape here. Like it's almost like this. And then it's a bit of structure. These parts I can't really see. I don't know what the idea is. And also these parts here. Right, so these parts I get. It makes sense because they're just spheres, right? But what happens in the middle? Oops. So just round balls. Essentially with more resolution here. So it's also kind of round, I guess. So this is in the front, so that would be in the back. So this is kind of in the back, but the same idea. My tablet is giving me a hard time. Maybe something like this. So I have the smaller details, and I guess this would just be a big patch of nothing. So maybe just texture here. What about here though? So maybe I'll get all the edges out first, and then I'll see how I feel about here. Maybe at the point you have enough, you know, stuff happening on the canvas that it doesn't really matter anymore. We just do whatever in here, and then whatever works, or like anything might work, really. Or we can also follow that sort of pattern around, but just like not in a very deterministic, not in a very clear way. Just kind of go back and forth, you know, like just anything could happen, I suppose. So. Does it work? Oh, it went grayscale. Oh, right, because I did the grayscaling. I want to just see the red lines, but... Oh, wait, I can take a screenshot. What am I doing? Of course it's gonna be the same problem. It's the canvas is being set to gray. Okay. Oh wait, no, then I don't need it anymore. I don't actually need this to be gray. I have it here. Or rather, I already have the values, so it doesn't matter. Very cool. Alright, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Ah yes, welcome back, Igami. My god, my tablet is being a pain. Yes, I'm gonna restart my tablet real quick. Yoink. Thank you, Igami. Unplug. Like. Oh wait, let me get rid of the source. Yoink. Injured by an infant for not buying a toy. Man, kids, man. I don't know how to deal with kids. I think it'd be kind of cool to have my own kid and then like teach him all the stuff I know. And then, but yeah, it's not gonna be that easy, is it? Sorry, I'm just standing here. I'm thinking about my choices here. I can continue to use the brush with the fancy edge, or I can use a round brush. I think I'm gonna continue to use the fancy edge brush. I see, the texture is not very prevalent in this skill, huh? Yeah, I wonder how much of it is nature and how much of it is nurture. Because even as a baby, like people, like kids definitely have like the tendency to do certain things, right? Like some would have the tendency to do one thing, and some would have the tendency to do some other thing. Okay, yeah, this brush is a little bit tricky. It's not mixing colors very well. And sorry, what are these modes again? What is this? Blend, running color, smear. Which one is easier to use? Oh yeah, that is so bad. That is so bad. But honestly, really hard to control as well nowadays. But I mean, definitely not willingly give him a bunch of like stuff like that. This is kind of hard to work with because it's trying to blend with everything. So I think that the right call might be to not blend at all right now. Just do color blocking and then have actual blending and stuff be done specifically later. Later, when all the shapes and forms are already in, then that way easier. And then over time, if I can find something more efficient, I'll switch over. But in the meantime, I think this is the call, so I don't get overwhelmed here. But that, yeah, okay, so this idea will only work if I actually have all the values that I want to use on canvas already though. Because otherwise I cannot mix any new values out. And picking them is kind of a pain, yes. It breaks the flow a little bit. Maybe I do need a little bit of color mixing. Am I using too small of a brush now actually? Maybe let's keep it bigger first. Yeah, it's gonna be a journey here. Everything here is new. Painting, blending, playing around with all these brushes, dealing with all these complex shapes and values at the same time. I guess the rest of the stream might just be doing this. I ideally didn't want to, I wanted to have 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, so that we can have a good range of stuff. A good range of practice every stream, but if we're not there yet, we're not there yet. No need to rush things. Damn, that's rich coming from me, but anyways, gotta learn somehow. Yes, thank you, George. Have a good night. Fucking stupid ass tablet is blinking at me again. Have a good night. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer because I'm a big brain genius. Yes, I've heard of it. It's kind of hard to not hear about it, but I don't know what Hollow Knight or what Silksong gameplay is supposed to be like, because I've never played that series of games. I've never played Hollow Knight, rather. But I'm definitely aware of its existence and the fact that it crashed Steam today. Yeah, even Uni's not gonna be on here with us for an entire week because she says she's gonna just focus on Silksong. Oh yeah, I've seen some screenshots of it, but I don't understand why why are people so so hyped up about this one, you know? Maple Story is 2D side scroller. I don't see anyone going crazy over Maple Story. Rightfully so. I mean, it's really just a nostalgia game. At this point, it's just a cash grab by Nexon. A very successful cash grab by Nexon. My god, the amount of money people spend on that game. In that game. For literal pixels, too. Like Maple Story, like all the other games, yeah, pixels, yeah, haha, but like that's everything on the computer. But Maple Story, actual literal pixels that you cannot see almost. It's literally 1 or 2 pixels of blue color or something like that. It's absolutely insane. You know, but I'm not one to talk about it because I did spend money on the game. Haha, funny mushroom game. Right, yeah. Although Silksong's price tag was pretty high, it was like $100, wasn't it? I was kind of surprised when I saw it. I didn't, you know, and the fact that no one's talking shit about it. Well, not yet, I suppose. But damn, dude, like a game that's actually $100 in everyone's eyes. That is oh wait, what? It's only $20? Didn't I see $100 somewhere? I hate drawing clouds, but here, draw the light back of clouds a little further in the back, then you go over with. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, okay, I must be mistaken then. Thought I saw a $100 price tag somewhere. $20 makes so much more sense. Anyways, that's the extent of my knowledge on Silksong. A bunch of misinformation. Alright, man. Thank you for joining us. Have a good toilet session. See you soon. Nah, toilets are for YouTube Shorts and TikTok videos. And Reddit. Man, the corner on my tablet here is not very sensitive. It's not detecting my pen properly. I don't know, is this what I want? I guess there's still a long ways to go. I mean, like, it's not gonna be easy, especially this is not something I really do. It's just that every time I do stuff like this, I keep wondering, you know, hey, do I really need to do this? You know, if I can just sketch things and have that be enough, then why not just do that? I can already get started. But I just can't accept the fact that I cannot do this, you know? I just want to be able to do this, even if I am not going to use it later. Oh, hello, Valera. Good morning. Always nice seeing newer names. Oh well, long form videos and stream in the toilet. I just don't tend to watch long form videos and streams at all. Like nowadays, I feel like it's just so much easier to scroll through a bunch of shorts, or like scroll through Reddit and like pretend that you're reading the news. You know. Long form videos, man, I find myself actively avoiding them too now. I'm also kind of screwed, honestly. Online first, then the second shadow, third shadow, after that smaller clouds and repeat. Yeah, I think that is viable. I think that's a good way to do it. Why am I doing this? I do not know. But sometimes I'ma just do it. Maybe there's stuff to learn. As long as it feels challenging at this point in time, I feel like it's a fine thing to do, because it means that there's a bunch of stuff that I don't find, you know, easy to do, so it must mean that there's something to learn, I suppose. I guess that is true. Yeah, at least have an idea of what you want out of it, right? I think that is a fair assessment. What do I want out of this? Oh yeah, Valera. That's good. That's good to have friends to draw with. I still think art is pretty personal. It's kind of hard to have fun together. But I would like to be proven wrong for sure. I think most importantly is always to have fun, I think. Being able to look forward to the next session is such a big deal. I really honestly cannot remember when's the last time I really felt like that for something. Because even like for guitar, I learned it, but it wasn't really something I wanted to learn. School was... I mean, I was good at school, but like it doesn't really mean like kind of want to do it. Did I enjoy it? I don't know. Like most of the time, yeah, I tend to remember negative stuff more as well. But I just tend to remember the bad stuff that I didn't want to do. But nowadays, at least I'm looking forward to coming on stream and just putting in my hours. And actually feel like something is changing, you know. Being able to look forward and have fun. Such a big deal. What is it that I want out of this? I don't know. In this whole network state, sequence would be falling apart. Yeah. It's it's important, yeah, just to have fun. Art for me has been a little bit too heavy, I think, in terms of how I felt about it. Because I wanted to use it as a means to keep my promise. And then the fact that I might not be able to do it made it really, really heavy. But then nowadays, as I'm seeing a little bit more improvement and progress, it's become a little bit easier to take it easy, you know. When people say take it easy, it's really hard to take it easy. Because when there's so much on the line, it feels like, it's really hard to be like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna not do shit today. I'm just gonna walk around the circle. Oh yeah, Valera, if you want, that is. The server is always available, you know, the Discord server, if you want to ask people questions. I'm personally not that active in there, so but there's a lot of others who are, which I'm very thankful for. Thank you guys. I'm just slacking. Man, I can... my god, I am feeling it now, right? Like, because I'm doing work and then I'm coming on to stream. But like, you hear like of those stories of people who are working like 2 jobs and then they literally study, I don't know, law or something in order to pull themselves up. That is insane. The amount of dedication and work and discipline. How are people doing? I am barely struggling as I am, and I've been slacking off so much. I'm not pushing art as hard as I would like to. I'm not pushing my work as hard as I would like to. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised no one's given me like a talk about my work efficiency and performance. I don't know what's the deal with that, but as long as they're not doing it, I'm just gonna keep going because I'm gonna make good use of what I'm given here, my opportunities here, to keep pushing what I can. But yeah, those people are insane. Hello, Cat King. Oh man, kind of hungry again. Oh yeah, on separate news, I guess my stomach's getting better. It's not killing me now. I just feel hungry like normal people do instead of getting pains. So, but I'm not sure if it's really fixed. I'm just trying to keep my stomach filled anytime I feel hungry at all. And then that seems to be doing the trick, at least for now. But on the other front, in terms of what's coming out, they're still not doing very good. So we shall see. Oh, thank you for the followers, by the way. I've gotten 2 followers on Instagram, I think over the course of the stream. I'm not sure why there's more people here today. Also more likes today. Maybe because I'm yapping today? I'm not sure. But anyways, thank you guys. Yeah, the balance of like trying to study for something or like just wanting to have fun is hard. I feel like it's oh, a new follower, thank you. I need to set something up. Okay, I think I know what is it that but it's not something I really like. Something I could do, but it's not necessarily. So I have all these shapes in here now. I just want to make it a little bit rounder, something like this, I suppose. And also like the other one that we did. Oh, actually not this one. Where's the other one? This one here. Although now that I look at it, it's not that great. But in terms of the value that it has, it at least reads as like sort of lumpy white stuff. So it's pretty good. Oh, DC. Sorry, what this? Oh, Discord. Discord. Nah, that's amazing, Valera. Thank you. That's more than I can ask for. Oh yeah, you know what? The original is kind of loosey-goosey anyway, so I think maybe at this point on I can just try to push shapes around and see what is it that I like. At the moment it seems like these sort of roundy shapes, round shapes are... At least it reads. I don't actually like it because it's too lumpy, but at least it reads. And then after I get more of that, maybe I can figure out where to go from there then. In the meantime, I think it's getting a bit more form into this might be better. That'd be best. I suppose that is true. Because I'm not trying to build my I think only Twitter I would like maybe to start building more followers, like getting the numbers up there a little bit higher this year. But it's also not a priority. Nothing's really a priority. It's just about getting better. Because those things just come when you can put out the quality work. When you give people a good reason to follow you, you know. It's it will happen eventually. So I'm not too worried. I'm not worried about not hitting my own goals here. It's very easily done. Because I just need to let go for a couple of weeks, and then the sequence breaks. Then there's a problem very quickly. So I have to be very careful with my management on that front. But everything else is going to be oh, thank you. I don't have anything personal enough to be proud of yet. So I don't feel comfortable just yet. But that you guys will definitely see it happen. I'm gonna make sure that it happens. I'm gonna work until it happens. Or die trying, literally. If I do this until I'm 80 years old and I die of old age, yeah, I literally die trying. Let's go. Fog. Oh, oops. Cannot erase. Okay, let's keep the brush at this size though. I don't want to go any smaller just yet. I think, okay. So I didn't have any idea of what is it that I want to get out of this. So I just kind of jumped in. And I think in that state, the formula usually just is that I want to prove to myself that I can do something that looks similar. If not, at least, you know, at least something that's good enough. And then in that process, I'm banking on the fact that that process of getting there will allow me to learn something new, which isn't guaranteed because I don't know what I'm trying to get out of it again. But most of the time it does. And in fact, I think all of the time so far it has been pretty helpful, including all the videos I've made. And then, but besides that, yeah, like other than that, nothing else much from that. The only other thing I can think of is that if I don't have any other plans, I can just keep doing the same thing until I get bored of doing it. Because at that point, it would mean that I know I can already imagine myself drawing from the beginning to the end. And if I can visualize it, that means I've learned everything I need to learn out of it, and then I can move on to something else. It's probably kind of the thinking that I was going for. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. Oh my god, my character's been waiting for 15 years, almost 14 years now. I was kind of disappointed this year that I didn't get Live 2D out on time and I had to give it up in the end. But I guess next year will make it like an even 15 years. So 15 years she's been waiting. I think next year I can definitely get something good done. At the rate that I'm going, at least. I might have to forego more of other things to continue streaming next year. But it's been very effective so far. Who knew like practicing stuff makes you good at it, huh? But yeah, keeping this going I think might be the priority here. And then I'll pay my debts and then can get something going for you guys. Something interesting. Interesting merge, perhaps? It's more form, but I don't actually know if I like it like this. Let me think about this real quick. So I'm trying to think how this would look like in, like, for example, a different kind of environment. If there's buildings, if there's foliage, how would everything play together, and would it look cohesive? Would it look like the vibe that I want to portray? Number one, I don't know what vibe I don't portray. Number two, I don't have any other rendering skills for the other materials either. So I think it would make sense to just do what I think makes sense at the moment. If I don't like it down the line, then I'll just change it down the line. In the meantime, I don't have to worry about things that is not necessary. As long as it looks acceptable, you know. It looks like clouds. It looks like clouds, right? I think it looked like clouds. I hope it looked like clouds. At least for now. It's better than what I can do yesterday. That's good enough. Easy way out, easy way out. No stress. No stress gaming. Man, art has never been this easy, honestly. Like, I feel like recently I've really started to understand what it means to not expect too much, to set your expectations correctly. Because I definitely expected too much when I first started out. Everything looks like shit as a result. And then, man, did that not help with the whole process of learning. Oh yeah, Kaking? What a way to keep going, another hour. Oh, maybe some black and white illustrations would be a good next step too. After some more shapes has been done. Maybe I can ignore colors for a bit. Or only save colors on occasion. Do it on the occasion. Being able to put something together might be an important next step here. Art is special, man. Art is because there's so much of your own personal inputs, personality, ideas, thoughts, you know, workflow in it, that like it's basically just like a big mirror. You can do things and see it fail, and then wonder why it fails. Why is it that you're thinking didn't work? You can do things and learn more about yourself. I think that's the crazy part. And all these AI bros are not gonna get it. They can stay on like the really shallow surface where they're just getting instant gratification with whatever it is they're creating, but it's like it really is a process of self-discovery, just going through different stages. And then at the end of the day, you get like a skill where you can express your thoughts in a different way other than words. I think that's definitely worth the time investment. AI as a tool, I think makes sense. It's just that it's being... Would I say abused? I think it's just like too much of it. Wait, where am I? I'm kind of lost. Hang on, this needs to be... Am I not in the right spot? I'm not quite in the right spot, but that's fine now. I kind of like what's going on up here. It's got some shapes, but it's also not that like meatbally. Meatbally? It's not too clumped up together. There's still like some edges that are lost, or like doesn't really necessarily follow that convention of just a circle, just an arc. And then if I can go in and add some blurring and some textures, I think it'll be good enough. Right now. Even though I'm not really feeling like it's super amazing or like super nice, but with this structure in here, moving on to color, moving on to textures and stuff would be good enough, I think. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna try and stabilize this to make sure that this is something that's achievable whenever I want to do something like this, instead of just being too more reliant on having a perfect reference here. If I can get to that stage, I would I can sort of move off of clouds, I think. Then we can move on to some other material like foliage, which is big, which is a big next step here. Foliage and some of the materials like the man-made buildings like wood. Wood is it's not really man-made, but concrete, plastic, vinyl, translucent materials, and then we get all of those things out of the way, and then maybe I can move on to colors, you know. Yeah, looking at it like that, I don't know. Like, it depends on the progress as well, but it really doesn't feel like I can hit my targets this year. And I'm still supposed to do like 3D stuff in the next month, which I think I will have to delay, because this is more important. I wonder if past me realized that I'm not gonna... I think my past me probably also talked about how there's a good chance I won't hit the road maps, landmarks. Wait, what? Checkpoints? Milestones, right? That's the word. Oh yeah, also this current sequence is very dependent on this brush, which means it's very dependent on the shapes that it has. That is not that great. The variety is not that... But yeah, that's why we are going in later with texture though, right? Oh, yeah, okay. I need to jump the gun here. Not quite the same, but I think it holds its own like weight as well. I think it's fine. I'm not coping. Like that. Get rid of that. Oh, okay, that's kind of fine. Save the pure whites for later, I think. So that we can have some super bright spots. Yeah, we don't have any good blending here. It's too chunky. The blending is too chunky. Anyways, it's fine for now. It's probably too dark. Okay, so that's another thing. So let me see. should I start? I need to put in more details there. The overall vibe needs to read. Right, okay. So workflow sequence here. I need to... Oh shit, it's doing the other bug. Wait, hang on. So there's a bug with this, I think it's just my tablet being too old. But there's a problem. You can see how there's lines trailing around. It's because it still thinks that my pen is touching the tablet even though it's not. It's not very serious today. Ah, fuck, I dropped my tablet. It's not very serious today, it seems. Because when it's bad, it's like, it doesn't ever let go of the pen. It happens very rarely. Like, as you can tell, like, from the 175 streams so far, even though we dropped the tablet like 27 times now. This has only happened this time. Once. It has happened before. I think it's just my stupid wire again. Yeah, you see how it's doing it right now? It's not really letting go. Like, it's a lot of these whiffs. Smaller groups? So what? Then... Kind of hard to read, but deal with this later. What should I call it? Soft edges? Soft edges, right? Yeah, it should be fine. It's not full on bugging out, so we are okay. You guys would know when it's bugging out because I literally cannot draw. It's a lot worse than eraser not working. It's a lot worse than the wires not working. Think about it, you know, maybe this tablet really should go. I've got a broken stand, wire that's doing weird stuff. Sorry, what did I just say? Oh yeah, broken eraser on my pen. Oh, wait a second. I remember why those lines were happening in the past. It's because I was disinfecting my pen with alcohol and some of the water got inside the pen. And I think it was constantly shorting something out, making the tablet think that it's always tapping on it. Right. It wasn't because of the wire. So you just wait for the alcohol to dry and it's fine afterwards. No, Valera is fine. I'm not trying to I'm trying to garner sympathy for the dollar bills. It's all good. It's all good. I just have a problem letting go of old stuff. I just kind of like broken things. I think you can tell from my OC. I think there's a lot of beauty in things being used up, like having served their purpose, but then still kind of like, I don't know, like it's you know, broken things. Haha. Anyways. Nah, it's all good, Valera. No, it went inside the pan, so it kind of got stuck inside. But yeah, they evaporate kind of quickly. It's 2 on the nose, huh? I need lower values. I need lower value differences. Something like that. It's okay, guys. Don't give me money. There's another reason for not giving me money is that I'm not sure where the money is 100% going to. Because I know like YouTube takes a cut, but then there's also the issue with the music that I play. And because I cannot predict if someone is going to donate or not, I would just play whatever music that I want to play, and a lot of it tends to, you know, basically all my streams are getting flagged for copyright at the moment. So I can't stop you, but I would say to hold off on it, because I'm not sure if they're gonna end up taking a cut, like a bigger cut than usual, you know. YouTube nowadays, I mean, like, I guess all the big platforms nowadays is doing whatever the hell they want. Sure, why not? I mean, it is their platform, but like, it's a little bit unstable. Yeah, and your support here, like by being physically here, means a lot more than donating. That means infinitely more, because I'm counting on it to hold myself accountable here, which then directly translate into me like spending more time and getting better. So it's not comparable. It's insane. Man, I wish I have more time, dude. I wish I just have more time. To do more things. I need my art. I need art to stabilize. I need this to clear. Once this clears, once I feel like I'm comfortable, I want to put more things out. I want to make websites. I don't know what the website will be for. Again, like I just want to make things. I don't know what it's gonna be used for, but you know, it'd be kind of cool if everyone can go on the website. You guys have like a special login just for my viewers. I don't know what you will log in to do. And I honestly also wouldn't suggest doing anything that would include personal information or money, just because I don't know how to secure things at a production level very well. But it would be kind of cool if there's like another space. But I don't know what value it would provide. Again, yeah, so I don't know what people would do it for. Yeah, fan art, for sure. I mean, if you guys want to do that, of course. There was a plan originally that it would be kind of cool to have a website where people can register sort of their favorite characters, and then anyone else who also like the character can just go in and pay their tributes. I don't know, like every day we can have like a ranking of like, oh, this character got however many likes today, because however many people came to this page and pressed like on their character's page or something like that. You know, it'd be kind of cool, right? Like people can pay like respects to their own characters or like characters that they like. That means a lot to them. And then as long as the website is up, we can keep track of everyone's favorite character. We can keep track of some stats. It's gonna end up being like a competition. It's not my objective. I just kind of want to have a place where people can immortalize sort of certain emotions or like thoughts or like ideas or like anything, you know, like any feelings basically that they have felt. Kind of like Reddit. No, it's not just even only art. There wouldn't even be that many art necessarily. It would be driven by art, of course, but not like individual separate piece of art. It would just be one art per character. Let me just put it this way, you know, it would just be one page per character, and the whole point is to just be like, you know, I like this character today. I'm just gonna come here and press like on it, just for the fun of it, you know. There's no real reason, rhyme or reason. You don't get anything out of it. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, the #1 fan for this character, you know. You could do that and tell people you're paying how much every day, but like, you know, maybe we won't keep track of the stats, maybe we would, but yeah, you know, yeah, like kind of like that, like popular character vote, you know, almost something like that. I don't know if there's any value for it. The original idea just sort of happened naturally because I'm doing this to keep like the memory of my own character alive eventually, hopefully one day. So a natural thought would be, you know, if it would be nice if there's a platform where everybody can do the same, if they were like. Oh yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like what we got here. The bottom part here is kind of jank because these shapes are not quite round. So I can just sort of take over and do my own thing maybe, and then I can see if I can get something I like out of this. Yeah, if I can stabilize this, I think I can move off of, I can graduate off of Clouds then. There's too much to do to stay at one spot for too long here. Yeah, also like actually, yeah, the idea was about the website was partly the one that I just talked about, where you can sort of pay tributes. The other half of it was that I saw this Miku, Hatsune Miku page for one of her concerts, and I think, but it was crafted in a way that was very beautiful in the sense that there's this background of her standing on the building, and it's got like 50% of the image of sky, and then the other half was like buildings, and then she's just standing in the middle. And as you scroll down, the background sort of moves a little bit with, and then in the foreground there are texts explaining sort of, I forgot it was a project or was it like a concert, and then there were like more art of Hatsune Miku in the front, you know. I think it would be kind of a very interesting way to tell a story, because the problem with me is that if I want to just create a world for my character, it'd be very bland if there's no story. I definitely want to have a story, but the way to tell the story is hard, because drawing manga is like an entirely different set of skills, right? You need to know how to panel, how to tell stories, all the different camera angles, and it's just not something that I've done. You know, I'm not a photographer. I'm not like, I don't really analyze films, so it would be starting at ground zero again, yet again, for yet another new skill. But if I can just draw illustrations, I have smaller cutouts in the front, and then tell the story with text, wouldn't that be interesting? Because, you know, for the most part, it's still just text-based stuff, but it's also not as, you know, like fixed as existing visual novels. It's almost like insert art in like a novel, in like a light novel, except the art sort of is sort of moving around on the screen as well, right? And especially with Live 2D, with technology getting better, maybe, yeah, there might be ways to make characters move and stuff in the foreground. I don't have a very clear vision. It just feels like, you know, something interesting to explore. Ideas, but no skills and time to make them just yet. It's on my computer screen. It's just being captured by OBS. on my main monitor. The part here is not very clear. So this is this shape here, right? This part here that's kind of brighter, darker, darker. So it's like being illuminated. So if this was one singular ball, there's this shape here and then there's this shape here. And then within each shape, there's more shapes. So if this was a singular ball, I think the values are kind of messed up at the moment. It's not very readable. It's not as readable as I would like it to be. Maybe I can make some parts darker and some parts brighter in order to group some of the stuff together. I look at the ref. No, not on OBS. I'm looking at the ref directly. Here. Is that an easy way to showcase this actually? Window capture. Sorry, is this what I think it is? What is this actually? Oh, that's the reference capture. This is the display capture. So this is my other screen right now. So usually it looks like this. This is what I see on my other screen. I have my thing here, and I have the chat here. And then OBS is usually just hidden. Like I don't really see OBS half the time. Oh, blurring edges, right? That is interesting. I haven't even started blurring the edges yet. Although, like, I think the way the values work, they kind of, some of them are a little bit more lost, some of the edges. Are you looking to set up your own stream, Igami? When I get to it again. Okay, I see. Oof, that's tough. I just hope you don't be too hard on yourself. You know? Because I would definitely be like, oh man, I have 3 months and I squandered it. Oh man. And then it's gonna make things even worse, so. I hope that doesn't happen. Oh yeah, I figured. Man, it's not easy, right? It's definitely so hard to just forgive yourself like that. Right. Oh, you're here now, so that's over. Sometimes I do feel like it's like moments like that that really keeps me going as well. The reason why I never want to stop, even if I feel bad, is like just too many of those moments, you know. I don't want that to happen again, so every time I feel like I want to quit, I just think about that and be like, ah, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna quit. That was definitely like the initial sort of streaming when I first started earlier this year. It was quite the load to work on everything at the same time and consistently. But I just keep thinking back to all the times where I wanted to do more and I didn't, and then how bad I felt afterwards. I'm like, ah, yeah, you know what? I cannot. I cannot stop. Okay, this process kind of works. So, put in the big values first. That's not what I did because I was just blindly following the reference, but put in the big values first. Set out the big meatballs and then the small meatballs. And then rely mostly on the brush. Brush's tip. In this case, what does the brush tip look like actually? Oops. So the brush tip looks like this. So I'm relying mostly on this brush tip here to get a lot of these edges, these more fancy sort of rounded edges out. Although to be honest, like in the smaller size, it actually isn't that prevalent anymore. It's basically just a round brush. It's kind of invisible. But like, I rather realized that you can kind of tap the brush. So if there's edges that I want to sort of just mess up a little bit more, I can just tap it, and then it will still maintain sort of that cloud-looking shape. But at the same time, because of opacity settings, it kind of blends the thing together. I just can't do it too much because it kind of sucks. If there's like these kind of wisps, poo-poo, man. I don't like it. Especially when it doesn't really have any cloud shapes because it's from the previous brushstroke, larger brushstroke. Also, this edge here is kind of it's a little bit more work. Yeah, a little bit better. Okay, so this works, I think. Now, if I can just replicate this a little bit more consistently. So over the... Okay, I was gonna say over the rest of the week, but it's just tomorrow. But I will keep at this. I think I'll keep at this... keep at the clouds. Keep going. Maybe try longer forms. I think at the moment it's still pretty short and stumpy. It's very lumpy. We don't have a lot of those like long sort of brush strokes. So let me make notes of that here. So I swear to God, like all the notes I've made so far, I've never actually really read the ones I made before. So things to try here. Let's say number one, like longer shapes. Less lumpy. Oh, give me back that. Less lumpy. Oh, I haven't got to the textures yet, so we definitely need to get here. So less lumpy textures. Blah, 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 blah. Smaller ones. Render round, right? Render round can see the top of... Can tap pen, right? Can tap the pen in order to make use of the brush. So relying a lot on the brush tip here. So this brush tip is also something that we can sort of try. So if you can get different brush tips, that would be nice. And then we haven't done texture, we haven't done the edges. Oh, I just realized this part is really messy because the shapes here are a lot bigger. So, okay, let me group some of the shapes together here. Right, so it's important. So, okay, let me make a note here still. Before I forget. These things are important to note before I forget. So, I need to maintain... So, large... Okay, it's kind of hard to read. Oh, you can see the bug happening, actually. You see all those, like, lines there? It's happening sometimes. Maintain a larger brush size. This is medium. Can I spell medium? Medium. Wait, I just realized medium is with an E here, right? Why is mid like mid? Oh, it calls middle. Never mind. Come to think of it, McDonald's does use a medium as an MED for the abbreviation, but anyways. Bigger size. So this part here right now is too messy. Maybe I can leave it like this just as an example. Do this. Okay, what else do I want to make a note of? I still don't like some of the smaller areas. They don't really look very good. It's just that I have to zoom in and then figure it out. The reference isn't very clear itself, so we just have to take over. Just make use of the same shapes but at a smaller scale. I think I primarily like this because I'm seeing this form here. Like, it's, sorry, not the form, but the fact that there's like a dark outline here. And then followed by like the stuff inside. I think that's probably why. This sort of shape inside, like a bigger shape. So that pattern is sort of repeated everywhere here. And then when it sort of break, oh, you're right. The last thing I wanted to write was this thing here. Shit, I don't have a space for it. Okay. Cool. Oh, right, one more thing. This part where we talk about the values here, this is very important. So we need like a very good range of values here. Because my issue is that I tend to not have enough. Alright, well, you know, because of the way that I worked before. First shadow, second shadow, third shadow, you tend to just have 3 distinct sort of groups of color. Whereas painted stuff in real life, I guess it's a lot more of a gradient, so. Let's phrase it this way. To get the more subtle sort of shapes here. My handwriting always eats the A away. Shit. Transitions. Why did I put a dot on the end? But okay, that's all the stuff that I figured out from this today. So shapes that I like, things that I don't like. Potential workflow, which is nothing new, nothing groundbreaking. It's the workflow that everyone else does. But just that having gone through the process, it feels a little bit more stable. It feels like I know it a little bit better, you know. You don't just know it as like an idea, but like something you've done it and experienced. A little bit better. I'm gonna group some of the shapes together. Oh, sorry. I was trying to leave this area to use as a counter example. I cannot touch that now. I'm gonna leave that. And I'll work on this for a bit more. Oh, idea of using flat square brushes. That is definitely worth giving a shot to. Okay, yeah, still homogeneous. It's kind of poo-poo when it's like that. So why is it that I like this one then? If I zoom out, it's the same as having this like as a small thing, right? But having homogeneous amounts of levels of detail might not be a bad idea, because it's not like I'm only looking at this part of the image though. As part of the larger whole, I think having some areas like that maybe makes sense. Take that out. Squint. I don't know if squinting is but squinting helps with getting the larger sort of the larger idea, right? But in this case I'm trying to piece out the smaller details here, which I think means that I have to just pay closer attention. Try different things here. But honestly, like being able to get here already, like over here, I'm so proud of this. But being able to do this even once today, I think is good enough. Most of the time I come into the streams, I'm expecting nothing to change in terms of the status quo. I don't necessarily think that I'll learn anything. But to be able to get something I like, it's already a big deal. Yeah, I finally said that I'm proud of something. Wait till tomorrow where I take it back, you know. Proud of the progress for sure. Yeah, huh? Maybe it was too detailed in the sense that it's too messy. Maybe this part should just be bigger pieces of white blobs, and then like having a little bit of like the darker areas in there. And then we let the small dark areas be the sort of detail defining moment thing, instead of like the small white pieces, which are like too many of them, and which makes it look too messy. This way we can have a bit more grouping. Maybe. Just an idea, just a thought. Some of there's like too many shades of colors in here. Oh, maybe that's the other idea. So in terms of larger shade changes, value changes, and color changes, anything, maybe there should only be 2 or 3. And then the very minor ones should... Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That reflects what I see, though, in other people's stuff, where the very subtle color changes, like different hues and all that, it adds to the vibrancy, is that a word, of the image. It's just very, very subtle. So we have the big pieces here, and then if I want to add more stuff into like this white area, then I would just have like a little bit of like pure white or something in here. It's actually kind of too much value difference. I don't know. Is this the play? Am I doing a thing? It's kind of hard to erase this brush when it's constantly trying to make colors. It's kind of ugly shape. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think I'll just leave it as is, because we've played around with it a little bit. Didn't get anything that I like too much, and then the reference isn't too helpful because it's not what I like anyways. And then I'll just leave it to future me as I practice more, and then hopefully see more stuff, see more different styles. I'll merge more things together. And not be too overwhelmed at the moment. There's a large patch here, right? So if it's a large patch and there's a large separation, I should just use a big brush here. Like all these more subtle value changes, I'm really liking now. Because they let me draw in the form without being too overbearing, like too obvious. You know, you're still doing the same shape, the same sort of round sort of pattern. But because the values are so subtle, it's not that noticeable. Too many smaller shapes now. It's not as clean as the top. Actually, like, what is happening here? There's just more consistent values, I think. Like, within each blob here is just a straight color. So over here, I think there's too many of these. So if I just choose one and I take it, I need to merge some of the shades. It's not reading is the problem. That's because it's not written enough. Yeah, like there's this little bit here, then I should get rid of that, I guess. Unless I want to bring it up into something more. Have I eaten anything yet? I have eaten. Wait, I ate my dinner. I have eaten my dinner. Wait, what? I have. Is that the correct tense of the? I ate before, but I'm still hungry. It's okay. Like delaying this amount shouldn't cause any big problems because I've been doing this still consistently. Like as much as I like to eat consistently at a consistent timing, my sleep schedule, my current schedule is kind of wonky. It is, I guess, consistently wonky. But yeah, it's not I won't be eating at the usual times. It's also why there's a bit of a whiplash, I think, when I first started this sort of, compared to when I wasn't doing this sort of lifestyle and timing. Gonna go get more food after this. I should probably like end up, but I know that if I don't try a little bit harder now, tomorrow's me is gonna have an even harder time because as he's getting warmed up and getting familiarized with the sequence here, it's gonna be a lot harder for me tomorrow to do this still. I've already eaten. I have already ate. I have already ate my dinner. I've already eaten my dinner. I have already eaten my dinner. I I have eaten before. Oh, interesting. I ate already. No, you know what? I would say I ate already. I think that was probably the more natural way for me to say it. No, but the way it was... Maybe it's the way the question was asked. I felt like I had to answer it in a slightly different way. Oh, sorry. Didn't I say this is the part I don't want to touch? I completely forgot again. Whatever, man. Okay, I guess that's a good sign to stop. Maybe I can give, like, rendering? Why is it that this part looks so bad? Well, it doesn't look that bad, but it looks kind of... It looks worse than what I have up top for sure. Is it because of the way that I move my brush? I think the shapes are not as neat. For some reason. But these shapes are about the same. But either one serves this purpose, I think. And now if I want to add more textures... Ah, yes, I ate already. Okay. Yes, thank you, Igami. I'm gonna try and put some textures in here. With a square brush, because that's super intuitive, of course. Just not really working out. Okay, maybe not like this. I need a brush that has stuff on the edges. Didn't I have one before? Is it you? Oh, it was this thing. Right, but this is like in the same direction. I want things that would jut out, I think. That's probably what I'm looking for. It's not too bad though. It's kind of interesting. Is it interesting? Yeah, the way it behaves as you turn the brush, I think it's a little bit jank. It's definitely good at like sort of adding more visual like details to this though. It's giving it like a little bit more of like a those longer shapes, the longer sort of widths that I might be missing. If I am actually moving my brush in that manner, I suppose. Ooh. It's a bit weird. I think it's the watercolor that's just making it weird. Man, English was never my strong suit, I think. Like languages, in like an academic sense, has always been a very difficult thing for me. Because I never really got like all the, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta say it like that for this kind of situation back then. I just needed it to happen naturally. I had to listen to people use the words. I had to listen to real life situations. But if I get to do that, then I pick it up quite a bit quicker. Oh yeah, no, native, like English is supposed to be a native language, so I am supposed to be clear about these kind of things, I think. I don't really like where I'm going, I think. Do I like this? It's not having a huge impact. It really is just me changing the shapes now, which I don't like. I like the shapes from before. Maika, one step at a time. I think at some point in time, when I move on to other materials and buildings and whatnot, I am going to learn more techniques, textures. I'll be playing around with more stuff, and then at that point I can just integrate it back here. Because whenever I'm painting one singular illustration, I'm definitely going to try and make it look consistent. And if that's the case, I don't have to worry too much, because the me at that point can then take care of that. Oh shit, I shouldn't put it in here. It's gonna make this file too big. So I'm just wrapping up here. I'll be heading out soon. In the meantime, I'm just trying to clean up some of my notes here so that I can ignore them later. There we go. I guess I don't need the other half. It's kind of a mess. This will do. Yeah, stuff like this is so cool, man. Oof, when colors come in, I'm gonna struggle all over again. But at least if the black and white is stable, something to fall back on. Just like I have the sketch to fall back on right now. And as things get going, it should be more and more easier and easier to get this. You see, I don't know what the second verb and the third verb even means. I don't know what that means. You know, I meet Japanese people who are learning English, like properly learning English, and they're talking about like all the different, you know, you have the more commonly used like verbs and nouns and all that, and then there's like what, imperatives, and then there's like all of those different terms used to describe the language itself that I don't know, like I don't know what they're talking about. It's alright. It's alright. The contrast is not quite there, but it's got the idea down. And if I see this in the painting, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would just be like, yeah, this part looks kind of jank, but like I would still like it, you know. Oh, but I'm starting to see the bigger shapes form here, so I would be able to clean this up a little bit more towards this if I were to do it now. I can see it now. Yeah, infinitive. What does infinitive mean? Okay, anyways, that's it for art. I didn't manage to do my color studies, but one step at a time, I guess. For the rest of the month, this will be the pace. And the focus will have to be on renders, so it would have to be on the black and white stuff for the most part. Sketching, ideally if I can make more sketches happen, that would be absolutely perfect, but did I draw it backwards when I was drawing this? God damn, I drew it backwards, didn't I? With the canvas flip. Dang it, dude. Anyways, I'm kind of excited for what happens by the end of the month. I think I can get a lot of things done, especially if I start dedicating the weekends to this too. If I can just stop slacking off, that would be nice. But that would be that for this. And then let me take a look. So I was working. I was looking at the this thing. And I sorted out the hang on, let me get rid of the music real quick. I sorted out the Genshin one at least. I wrote where did I put it actually? Let me see. Stream Kalimba Genshin theme. Let's see. Okay. So there's a Kalimba. Oh, hello Lord server. Is this getting in? Oh, oops. Right. Let me see if I can play the Genshin theme. Oh, whoops. Let's go. Oh yeah, okay, this works. Still not very proficient at this yet, but this is the only one that I have written down. And then I'm working on learning something a little bit longer. So there is this one, which I cannot really do well. Let's see if you guys can figure out what this is. Hang on. Let me move this somewhere where I can still see chat. Oops. Right here. Can I just open image in new tab? Yeah. Ah, this works. Okay. I can only do like a little bit of this. It's gonna be pretty slow. Shit. I'm struggling here. Whoops. Some of the notes don't make sense. I think they got the things backwards. Oops. Oops. Oh my god. It's hard to hear. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's capturing this correctly. Maybe let me see if I can get it to work a little bit better. I don't know if it's treating this as noise. Like the top ones are kind of dead, honestly. They don't have the ring. So like the top 7. The top 2 is definitely kind of dead. Like the top 7 doesn't really ring as long. But it makes sense, I guess it's small. Yeah, but anyways, that was the Spirited Away song that was sang at the end of the movie, I think. I think it's the ending theme. I can't quite remember. But this one is pretty cool because it's got like the full shit. Like this is what it looks like. This is the full thing. And it's got a lot of these double notes here. And they're nice to play. Right? You don't have all the notes on the same side. They're on opposite sides. Or they're next to each other. So you can play with the same finger. And it's pretty long. And it sounds good. And it's the C tuning. So it's great. Like this is the perfect one that I can work on because it's a full song and it's all these fancy stuff and I don't have to change the tuning. I don't know why I'm saying the reasons again the same second time, but yeah, but it's pretty good. Ah shit, I forgot the other part. Oops. So this is Minecraft, yes, this is Minecraft. That's the only other one that I learned. I learned that yesterday. And then I kind of forgot the mice on Venus. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's it. I don't have any repertoires. Eventually, I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to sustain like an entire hour of doing this. Well, I also want to learn this. This one is the Astro Girl by Sana. But because Gura sang it so well, I'm absolutely in love with this song, and I'm trying to learn this as well. And sorry, where do you have other type? Wait, no go. What? Ah, here. Oh, this is my Chrome. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm trying to merge my Chrome and my Firefox. Of course it doesn't work. Stupid. Blue Danube. Oh, hello, Curio. Wait, let me see if I can find one here. Kalimba. Kalimbal. Yeah, let's go. 5 years ago posted. What does this sound like again? Da, 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 da. Is that one? Oh, wait, no, it's this one. Dun, dun. Wait. Wait. Hmm? I think some of the notes are a little bit weird, especially like the lower ones. I don't think it has the range to do the full one, especially like the... Dun, 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 dun. It's not low enough, is it? Like this part doesn't make any sense to me. Dun, 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 dun. Does it do a key change? Yeah, okay, I'm not good enough to because it doesn't sound right for sure. And I'm not good enough to tell if it's missing like the notes or it's just because it's not using the correct ones. Because depending on the tuning of the kalimba, like right now we're on C, so we only have the C scale here. So if the original has like a key change, then I won't be able to hit the notes no matter what. So there's a bit of a gap in my skills here. Oh, it's pretty good. It kind of works. And then we've got the Astro Girl. Actually, I don't know. I cannot really play Astro Girl right now. 1, 5, C. That's the lowest C, right? That's the lowest G. 5. Hang on, I don't know what this sounds like. What does it sound like? Oh, okay, it's the chorus. I see. Is it? this. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, it's just the chorus part that I have here. And yeah, it'd be kind of cool to learn this as well. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat some food. Hopefully one day I'll be good enough to play something more consistently. And then see if I can find anyone else that can play some instruments. Maybe it's kind of interesting to do it on stream, but there's gonna be latency, there's gonna be timing, synchronization and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be as easy to set it up for sure. So it's just gonna be me for now, I think. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. George less. Okay, let me see if I can find this. Carmen. Oh, I've heard of the Carmen. Sweet. George just Bizet. Less Korea. Carmen Kalimba. Kalimba. Okay, let me see if I can find one. Maybe this one? At will. Oh, it's programmed like this, huh? They don't have it. Okay, there's a few issues here. I've never heard of this before. Oh, I've heard of this before. Okay, never mind. Okay, this is really hard to read. This is what I'm dealing with. It's like this. I can't exactly read it at one go. Kind of a pain. A pain in the ass. Wait, hang on. Let's see if I can do this. Oh wow, this is kind of hard to read. So, oops. Wait, how many keys do they have? Wait, hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, they have the 20. Oh, okay. They have more keys than I do. I don't have the range. Do I have the range? Because he's trying to get the lower A. I don't have the lower A. I stop at C. The 21 key, the 21 key has 4 lower keys which they are using, so I don't have the keys for this tab. Dang it. That was going so well too. It was pretty good. Because some of the transcriptions are a little bit sus. Kalimba. Yeah, that would take some time. I think, oh no, but if you, okay, we can transpose up, I suppose. I need to relearn how to do transposing, but I think that would probably, yeah, maybe that wouldn't happen. Yeah, I apologize. Without tabs, I'm useless here. It's all like asking for actual sheet music, so no one's really doing any kalimba stuff. Like right now, it's even Five Nights at Freddy's came out, but not AI. I'll get out of here. So yeah, this was the one we were at, I think. Wait, was this the one we were at? Oh, it's not. Wait, hang on. This might work. This might work. Let me see if this is 17 key. Is this the correct one? Yeah, you see, because it doesn't have the lower notes, it has to resort to the higher version. So it's kind of jank. It's okay, guys. One day I'll get the 42 key, and then it'll just be a full-on, like, piano. Yeah. I'm only using the 17 to get used to it. Once I feel a bit more comfortable, I want to get the 42 key. I want to go all the way, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. But yeah, I kind of have to go now. I gotta go get some food. I will see you guys tomorrow on Friday. Have a good day. Thank you guys for coming, as always. And have a good night. Goodbye.